So that's what we gotta do. We gotta actually know that we're in the last days, man. Right? Know that these are the last times, right? Everyone talked about the last days, the last days. Well, guess what? We're really in the last moments. You see? Can I get Second Ezra chapter 14, bro? Sorry, 10. All right, give me Second Ezra 14 to 10.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 10. For the word hath lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is dividing to 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already.
So the prophet Esdras, man, he said the world has lost its youth, right? The times have begun to wax old, all right? So these days, man, it's waxing old. The world lost its youth. Everything out here is not what it used to be, all right? This is not that land where everybody can come and start businesses. It's not the land of opportunity anymore, man. It's not that land to be trying to travel to, all right? Tourists always coming to New York City, Washington, D.C., all right? Are you trying to go to all these different type of sightings that they got set up in the United States of America? Well, guess what, man? This whole United States is guess what, man? It's finished. All right? They say New York City is done forever. That place is not going to open back up. All right? They say really because of this COVID-19 that nothing's ever going to go back to normal, man. They said that actually a lot of the people were saying in 2120, right? They say that they would still be suffering from the repercussions of the so-called COVID, which we're not going to get that far. We're not going to get to know 2120. That's 100 years from now, right? But even then, they're letting you know that nothing's going to go back to normal. Not in your lifetime, at least, right? That's why this is the days when the Lord says the world began to wax old. It's lost its youth, all right? All hell is breaking loose, man, all right? Everything is going down the drain as we speak, all right? So guess what, man? George, read back more on that, bro. All right.
It's a lot.
Does that work?
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 10. We'll start back at 10. For the world have lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and 12 parts are gone already, and have of a 10th part.
So the prophet Esdras back in 2,000 years ago, he said that, all right, the world was like, the world is setting like a clock. The Lord is this whole world like a clock, man, like a big clock. So he said at his time in history, that clock would have been at like 10:30, all right? He said, but now, in the last days, you got to think about it, thousands of years later. What time are we in right now, all right? We are in that last seconds, man, all right? We're right down there at midnight. We're right down there at 12 o'clock. That's when the Lord says he's going to return, man. He's going to come like a thief in the night. So guess what? We in the midst of the night, man. We're almost at midnight. So the Lord's going to come back at any moment, man. All right? And when we say the Lord is coming back, we're not meaning he's going to break through the clouds. We mean his judgments are going to come at any moment. Because, look, man, when the Yahushua comes back, we can anticipate that a little bit. We can anticipate that a little better because the prophecy got to happen before we actually get the Yahushua come to deliver us, right? So guess what, man? You gotta get ready for all hell. Matter of fact, can I get Matthew chapter 24? All right, Matthew chapter 24. All right, now I want to read on this article. It says the United States is heading for a dark winter as COVID hell. The darkest days of the pandemic. However you describe it, the next few months of the coronavirus pandemic will be unlike anything the nation has seen yet. And that's Esau, his words out of his own mouth, man. He says that there's going to be a COVID hell, all right? This man's straight telling you that hell is coming, all right? So guess what? We've already been talking about this. How they're going to issue out vaccines. They're going to force you to take it. Forced inoculations, man, all right? They're going to be, jobs will be lost again. Lockdowns will come through again, all right? And what are these lockdowns going to do? It's going to have the economy go straight back down the drain. Just when you thought the economy was booming, right? Or just when you thought the economy was starting to actually like climb up and get itself back to normal, right? Well, guess what? All that's gonna crash back down when when Joe Biden gets in office to try to start a lockdown again. All right. So these lockdowns, they're gonna make the people go in an uproar. You got more riots, man. All right. I mean, like the whole United States of America is already right now in a big ass a big pickle right now. All right. Like anything you can think about is bad. Nobody. You got 50 million unemployed. All right. You got the riots going on in the streets. You got articles talking about famines coming, man. All right. The famine will come. That's in the scriptures. Famine is the next thing that's coming to fruition. All right. And what's all this going to lead to, man? It's going to lead to war. All right. That's why that movie, The Simpsons. I mean, that show, The Simpsons. They literally just had that show out, and it just showed you that they had the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. All right. The 4 horsemen, and the first one was holding the one that said pestilence. All right, pestilence. That's just going into pretty much all right, diseases. All right, so-called COVID-19. It could be these 5G towers that got out, and that can fry your brain. All right, that's gonna make you give off symptoms of sickness. People are gonna be starting to get all these type of diseases and starting to actually die because they're gonna start putting this 5G radiation out on a higher level. These frequencies are gonna frequencies they're gonna go straight through your body, man. Right? And it's gonna people's hair is gonna start falling out their head because this radiation is gonna be way too hard, man. I believe China, they were talking about they have this whole 6G satellite tower now, man. They said they actually got a 6G satellite going through. All right. So guess what? They're ready to go, and they're all working in your cities, right? Because right now, ESO's gonna push it out to the point to where 5G is already out. No, 5G's not out yet, man. All right. If 5G was out, you would know it. You would feel it, right? But you right now, guess what, man? They're telling you 5G's out so that you can accept it, because you don't see nothing going on different. Well, they're gonna automatically put it out one day, really put out 5G one day, but they're not gonna tell you. They're gonna say it was already out. You're gonna see people dropping like flies. Then they're gonna say, "Oh, that's COVID." You know, COVID is back. It's striking back. Let's get all these, and that's how they're gonna start these laws, man. Right? They're gonna force you with these vaccines, which that's gonna kill you even more. So 5G, killing you, destroying your mind, putting you on a lower vibration, and then they want to give you a shot too. It's gonna put you even on a lower vibration. They want to inject into you monkey puss, man, rat blood, poison. All right, they're gonna kill these people. They're trying to kill you. All right. So even if you get down with the so-called New World, you get down with their mandatory vaccination schedule. Those who don't get down, man, those who refuse Esau's dictatorship, those who refuse to get down with the so-called New World Order, get down with these martial law troops, well, you're going to be put to death, or you're going to be put into a FEMA camp. See? And these are stuff coming down the drain. Why do you think they're going to call it a dark winter, man? They straight up said a dark winter. Matter of fact, before I bring this piece up out, we're going to read that title one more time. All right. This is the mainstream media telling this, man. All right. And again, man, mainstream media, they're gonna put out a lot of fear. But hey, man, this is not far fetched. This is CBC. U.S. prepares for worst 4 months of the pandemic as it stares down the darkest days yet. So we haven't even hit the darkest days, man. All right. Things are gonna get real bad out here. All right. People gonna be dying at rapid rates. All right, so this is what's gonna go down, man. Let me get this in the book of Daniel. All right, it's gonna be book of Daniel, chapter 8, and I want to actually get 25. It says, "And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his head, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, which shall be broken down without ends." So through his policy, he's going to cause his craft to prosper. All right, and that's Esau actually out here pushing pushing these mandatory vaccinations, all right? Pushing out these different type of legislations, making it to the point to where it's like you don't have your own constitutional rights no more. Your so-called freedom that you used to have, well, that's not going to be available to you no more. All right, they're going to tell you that's not how we're working no more. All right, we're in different times. It calls for different measures. That's what they'll tell you. See, so he's going to cause his craft to prosper. What's his craft, man? His so-called new world, right? Which he wants. He wants a so-called new world. So he wants his craft to prosper, but we know it will not, right? And shall magnify himself, and by peace destroy many. So they're wanting to bring so-called peace. They're trying to come in the banner. Watch your hand real quick. You might be blocking the sound right there. But you know, they want to bring peace, right? They want to Biden wants to tell you, you know, let's all come together, right? Blacks, homosexuals, lesbians. They're pushing this LGBT community right now, man. All right, they're pushing this Black Lives Matter. So they're trying to so-called promote peace. But through his peace, he's going to destroy many. Right? Not knowing, man, if you look at Biden, I look at that man, his whole cabinet is full of weirdos. Right? He's going to actually have together. All right? Then you're going to have a Kalama. She's going to be trying to rule for all these type of men. And then you got all these, they're going to have the first homosexual, I believe, openly, blatantly open homosexual is going to be in Biden's cabinet. They're going to have the first blatantly open lesbian, I believe, in his cabinet, right? They're going to have all these so-called, they're going to try to put Jake into the cabinet too. So, you see, when Esau, I'm talking about you Americans, man, your Trump supporters, when they see that the White House has been taken over by a bunch of niggas, huh? You got a bunch of Negroes, okay? Because that's really what Biden has in his office, a bunch of Hispanics and Negroes, and they're all for the LGBTQ community, right? So a lot of your white Proud Boys, your white supremacists, they're going to be mad as hell that America has turned into a joke, right? They're going to be mad that their good old America is being taken over by Black Lives Matter, right? So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to take up arms and there's going to be a civil war, right? So that's why we got to get ready for a lot of different type of things, because you can look at it on one side, vaccines, well, guess what? That's not the only problem, all right? You got wars, race wars coming through, man. All right, that's not the only problem. All right, you got lockdowns. Not even that's the only problem. You got famine. All right, matter of fact, you know, we're going to get this real quick. So it's not just one thing you're looking forward to, man. These elites, they got it all planned out, right? Ultimately, it's the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that should be done. All right? All right? It's going to be the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter, all right? As 2nd Esdras 16:37, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. And as a woman with child in 9 months, bringing forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours, her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child coming forth, they slack not a moment. So the Lord is likening this plague, the plagues that's going to come on the earth. It's going to be like a woman who's getting ready to give birth, right? And she's already on the bed. So if this woman is getting ready, she's already in labor, what's going to happen from there? All right, that baby's going to come out within 2 or 3 hours, maybe less. She can't hold it back. So the Lord's not, these plagues are not going to be held back. So America, don't expect to go, expect to go back to normal for you so-called Americans, man. For you people who believe that this is going to be your home forever, land of the brave, home of the free. No, it's pretty much finished right now. All right, okay, verse 39. Even so, shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the whole earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So, as we said, that is not only a matter of one thing, but there's a lot of different type of situations coming and arising right now. It's going to have America laid flat. See, so America's right here, but all the plagues are surrounding this place, and at one moment they're all trying to reach and come to one, you know, They're trying to come together. So America, it's gonna collapse like that. Second Esdras 15, and I went to that 16, 16 to 16. Like, as an arrow shot of a mighty archer, returning not backwards, even so, the plagues that shall come upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these things shall come? Behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. So the Lord said this is the beginning of famine, the beginning of death, the beginning of war, right? Because there's talk about World War III popping off here pretty soon. I believe one of the European generals, somebody up over there, they were talking about how these times that we live in, they're very uncertain times, right? The times we live in, they're dangerous times. And he says pretty much that because of the economy, because of these pandemics, all right, because of so-called COVID-19 causing a lot of hell around the whole entire globe, all right, everything, the COVID-19 has caused hell, and it's not even a real virus, man. So the elites have been using this thing. So guess what? She's saying that because everything is going down the drain, man, there's a lot of misfortune in all countries, especially America. It's going to lead to miscalculations, and those miscalculations is going to lead to World War III. You know, he's saying that, hey, that's how it starts, man. You see, war always has symptoms before it actually goes down. Okay, World War II, World War I. Well, before that thing popped off, it was evident that war was coming. It was evident that all hell was breaking loose, man. You had the Great Depression, you had all that type of stuff, right? Well, America right now, and all the entire world, is showing the same symptoms that, look, World War III is the biggest possibility, man, and it's nothing far-fetched. So, hey, World War III, man, it's going to come here, all right? All hell's coming to this land. So a lot of you people out here that don't want to take heed to the word of the Lord, well, you will be cut out, man. You will actually be one of the ones to be put to death, all right? A lot of people out here are oblivious, all right? Hey, how's it going, sir? Hey, sir, can I ask you a question? You think World War III is coming to America at all? See, and Esau, man, he's scared. He's got to go, man. But like we said, all hell is really going to come to this land. All right, if we go back to the article. Yeah, precept.
All right, this is Acts chapter 12, verse 3. Because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter. Also then were the days of unleavened bread. And when he had beheaded him, he put him in prison. He delivered him to four nations of soldiers to keep him intending after Easter to bring them forth to the people, which is not Easter, it's the Passover. Shalom. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without season of the church unto Yahweh for him. Verse 6. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between two soldiers, bound with two chains, and the keepers therefore before the door kept the prison. Verse 7. Behold, the angels of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in prison. And he smote Peter on his side, and raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly. And the chains fell off from his hands. And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did, and he said unto him, Cast thy garment about thee, and follow me. Verse 9. He went out and followed him, and his wrist, not that it was true, which was done by the angel, but he saw a vision. He thought he saw a vision. When they were past the first and the second word, they came unto the iron gate and leading unto the city, which opened to them of its own accord, and they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. And when Peter was come to himself, he said, Now I know of a sincerity that the Lord hath sent his angel, and hath delivered me out of the hand of Herod, and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews. So basically, Peter got put in prison during the Passover, man. Herod tried to come for his head, man, and he ended up getting, delivered by the angels, man, the angels of the Lord, man. So how much longer is the Lord going to let his people ride in America, man? How long is his people going to ride in America? All right, you men, the Lord, man. Men, the Lord, and it's truth, man. The Lord, if y'all have faith, man. If you pray, if you keep, what's required of you, man, the Lord's gonna deliver you in these days, man.
Yeah, it's true, man.
You just gotta keep the faith, and you just gotta do what's required of you, man.
That's right, man. So that's actually what's gonna happen. Is whenever they start to actually move, and Esau really gets ready to start to make his real moves, when he stops playing around, right? Esau starts beating around the bush. He's gonna make it known, man, that he's ready to get rid of him. Because Esau right now, he's not too sure what he should do, right? He's trying to be crafty about it. He's trying to keep everything in order. He's trying to make it to a point to where he has a good reason to come in your house, right? But it's gonna come to the point to where he's just gonna have to straight up come in your house, man. He's just gonna have to just be like, F this, man. Like, this is not working. We gotta just go take them out the houses. F this. Let's just become a devil, right? That's why it says the devil's gonna come down with great wrath. So it's gonna get to the point to where forget the vaccine, forget everything, man. Just go take people out the houses and kill them, right? 4 a.m. in the morning, take them out, separate the families, shoot them if they don't want to get down with the New World Order, or if they are already known to be people who are against the system. Because if you're against the New World system, they know it by now, man. They know if you're out here preaching the word, especially if you're preaching the word, you're already a target. If you're somebody who watches this, you're a target. You see? So, hey, I mean, at the end of the day, man, this is the cup. This is a part of the cup that the Lord says that we're going to have to drink of, man. All right? Yahushua had to go through all this. Yahushua was persecuted. They laid hands on him, and they took him to the synagogues and beat him, stripped him, and crucified him. Right? But he overcame, though. So you yourself, you also going to have to go through that same thing to get the kingdom, right? To get that everlasting glory, you also got to do what Yahushua did, right? And then you got to go and suffer for him too. Some men that might have to actually die, right? I want to get this in the book of Luke, chapter 21 and 12. It says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you, shall persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues, into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. See? So he says that they're going to lay hands on us, and they're going to come into their houses, and they're going to come and persecute us. And some of us will be cast into prison. It says in Revelation chapter 2, and I believe 9 or 10, 2 and 10. All right? So Esau, man, he's really trying to come out to take out the Israelites, man. He's really mad that this word has been going forth. The only reason Esau's kingdom is coming to an end is because the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua have been out here for years, raising up and pushing out the vibration of the truth. All right? If this truth was never even out, you know how many people right now would still be dumbed down? Esau wouldn't have any reason to try to push his new world so soon. But because his truth is waking up and it's going across the four corners of the whole entire earth, Esau right now, he's actually scared. Esau wants to act like Esau tries to act like this is not a big deal, right? He wants to see us like preaching the word, and he wants to act like, that's just, they do their thing. Not knowing it bothers him a lot. These police officers, when they see you preaching, they might wave to you, but it bothers them a lot, man, right? Seeing that, you're actually preaching and you're waking up your own people. And this right here is what's going to cause the world to come to an end, right? I want to get that in the book of Matthew, right? People think this is a light thing. Now, when you actually preach the word right now, you're actually prophesying, foretelling, so the Lord, he can actually do the prophecy because it's been declared. That's John the Baptist right there, man. John the Baptist was a forerunner for Yahushua. John had to come forth first and prophesy and preach about Yahushua so that Yahushua can come, all right, and take over. So we are like in the same position as John, he was saying, all right. If you are out here doing the work, you're foretelling the coming of Yahushua so that Yahushua can come through, right? So we're actually out here, man, doing the work of John in the spirit. You can say that, man. All right. This is the book of Matthew 24, and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. So this gospel, man, it's got to be preached to the four corners. All the world has got to hear about this truth. Even if you're a scoffer, man. Even if you hear it, but you don't believe it, well, you still heard it. All right? If you're an Edomite, you still got to realize that you are Esau, and you're going to get a judgment. All right? If you are, what's that?
Ezekiel 3:9.
Yeah. That's, you can read that out, Ezekiel 3:9. See? So it don't matter if you were Chinese. You still got to hear that you're a Moabite, and you're going to go into slavery. All right? So, I mean, this truth got to go out so that nobody out here had an excuse. That's why it tells you in the book of Revelations that we're going to stand on our feet. And all that see us, they're going to be in great fear. All right? Because the Lord has been raising up the tabernacle of David to actually go out here and to become mighty men and to lift their voice like a trumpet. All right? And pretty much to show the world what's going to come to pass. And a lot of these people out here, namely Esau, is scared. That's why he's a devil, and he does all he can do to try to hinder the work, man. They try to hinder this. They try to hinder us when we actually doing live streams. They try to hinder you when you're actually preaching the word. All right. I know that that's the thing that brothers are got to deal with is Esau always being a little devil and nitpicking at little things, man. You see? So Esau tries to be a little devil. That's what the devil does. He will agitate you, but you just got to keep pushing on, man. All right. So we're not ignorant of his devices. It's going to be the book of Revelations, chapter 11, and I want to start at 11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So it says after a certain amount of time in this captivity, we would stand upon our feet, man. We would realize that we, Israel, would come out and stand up and prophesy against the kingdom, as the prophets of old have done. See? So, and great fear is going to come upon all of them that hear us. So Esau is scared and fearful. All right? He knows his kingdom is at an end, because this stuff has been prophesied, but he's now seeing it. All right? So, hey, you can't come up against this truth no more. All right? There's no more coming up against it, but you will still have people scoffing to the end. All right? If we go back to Matthew 24 and 15, when you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Jerusalem, Judea, flee to the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. Woe unto them that are with child and those that give suck in those days. Pray ye therefore that your flight be not in the winter, nor on the Sabbath day. So Yahushua, man, this is him literally prophesying about the abomination of desolation, right? Which we know this happened a couple times when the temple got destroyed. But this is going to happen one more time, right? This is going to happen again right now. Because guess what? We are the spiritual temple, all right? Us as Israelites, we build up a spiritual house, right? So guess what, man? Each and every one of us make up a brick, and we make up a temple. So we are that third temple in process being built right now. But Esau is going to try to destroy the temple again. He's going to try to hinder the building, just like they did in the time of Nehemiah. You had all those wicked heathen who tried to stop the building of the temple. Well, you know, it's not going to happen. It's going to be finished. But Esau's going to try to throw it down one more time. See? It's what we call Jacob's trouble. He's going to come to your houses, sever you from your houses, put you into camps, behead a lot of the brothers and sisters in truth, all right? But you're going to still have the Lord deliver a certain amount of men and a certain amount of women, see? So guess what, man? That's what the Lord is prophesying about. And he's saying that let him that which is on the housetop come not down, not to take anything out of his house. So the Lord's saying, hey, you really don't even need to stock up on nothing, man, right? really you should be solely based on faith. Right? We're not saying you can't stock up. You can do whatever you need to do, you know. But more so, what needs to happen is you need to stock up on faith. You need to stock up on this word. Because this is wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of your times. Because you got to understand that you can stock up, you can get yourself prepared, but if you don't have wisdom and the knowledge, you're not going to have protection. The Lord decides whether you are going to live or whether you're going to die. So if you were too busy focused on trying to protect yourself on a carnal level, well, you might be put to death, you know, and then you didn't save your soul. So you would rather save your soul, you see? You rather build yourself up spiritually. Take this time right now to build yourself up in the spirit, right? And in the physical way is going to come soon, all right? Hey, you know that y'all's kingdom is at an end? You guys are Edomites, man, all right? The Lord is judging America right now. So your nation's going down, man, all right? Y'all got to understand that the Biden said the dark winter's coming through, man, all right? So America and y'all going to be judged for the rape, robbery, murder of the so-called black, Hispanic, and natives. Because we are the Israelites, man, all right? He's got to pay. You saw all those Edomites, man? Those are damn proud devils, man. Probably a group of homosexuals looking like the damn, looking like they're some type of elite party, man. See, that's why I had to tell them, because look, them Edomites, they gotta hear that their kingdom is going down, that they're Edomites, and they're gonna be destroyed for the rape, robbery, murder of the so-called black Hispanics. That's ultimately the Lord coming to judge and redeem His people. All right. Woe unto them. It says, woe unto them that are with child in those days and that give suck. So it's gonna be suck. It's for women. All right. A lot of women out here are gonna be getting put to death. A lot of women who are with child. Well, guess what? It's not gonna be too good for them women, man, because you're gonna have to be on the run. All right. Or it tells you that they're gonna actually take certain women and cut their belly open and take the fetus out and stomp on it. Right. So that's not really the Lord saying, woe to you who are gonna get sucked. Even if you have a little baby child, that sucks for you too, man. Because really, you're gonna have to try to keep it warm in the wintertime, right? Which is not a good thing, you see. But if you are of the elect, if you have the protection of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, well, guess what? The Lord's gonna keep you, and He's gonna keep your family safe, because He's gonna have His angels to encamp around about you to protect you. But a lot of the wicked who do not have the protection, who do not return back to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, well, guess what, man? They were going to be the ones who got to deal with this. Pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath days, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be, except those days be shortened. There shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So Lord Yahushua is prophesying, letting you know about these days that we're coming up into. You know, Yahushua, He prophesied that this land America will inevitably reach its fate, which is utter destruction, right? But before all that happens, you're gonna have Jacob's trouble, all right? You're gonna have a lot of killings, a lot of rapings, a lot of murders, right? You're gonna have a lot of tribulation, you see? And that's what's coming down the drain, man, you see? Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Jeremiah, right? All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and I want to start at 7. It says 51 and 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. All right, we would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. Forsake her. Let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto the heavens and is lifted up to the skies. So the Lord says Babylon has suddenly fallen. All right. Your nation, America, is suddenly become a desolation, all right? This land, America, has suddenly become a war zone, all right? It's suddenly become a third world country. The economy is finished, all right? It's all divided right now, man. This whole place is divided, all right? So this place is suddenly falling, and it's going to suddenly fall with ICBM nukes, ultimately. But we can see that this place is just out of nowhere. This place has transitioned from being in a state of prosperity, because back in the time of January, right? January 2020. The only thing going back then was probably when Trump bombed Iran. You had talk of war, but everything was still all good. people were still thriving. There was no type of thing of COVID. There were no lockdowns. The economy wasn't looking too bad, although we knew it was already 2 years prior. The economy was already suffering, but it wasn't as bad as it is right now. You see? So guess what? Babylon is suddenly falling. All right? It goes from January to then February, March. After that point, all hell broke loose. Okay, at March, when the COVID came, now look at America. We're not even at the end of the year. We're still in 2020. And they're talking about a dark winter by the end. So this place is going to go straight down the drain rapidly. Matter of fact, before you get some out, let me get this real quick. Okay, it's going to be the book of Luke, all right, chapter 10. All right, we're going to get to some book of Luke, chapter 10. And I want to start at 18. He said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. So Satan, which is Esau, the so-called white man, the devil, his kingdom he's going to fall from heaven like lightning. So his kingdom's going to fall down real quick, man. Right? It's not going to take too long for this place to really go to war. It's not going to take too long for this place to implement its martial law, FEMA camps. All right? Any little move, this place can kind of fall over. See? Tumble over. Famine coming through this place. It's going to tumble. See? So Satan's kingdom, it's going to fall like lightning, man. I mean, it's going to fall real quick. And that was Yahweh Shai himself. See, did you ever pick up?
Yeah, this is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 8. 3, verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination, thank you. I can't really see it. Us to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdom to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So you have the nations, the other nations having other gods, man. You have the other nations, having their own religion, man. They bring our people upon those religions, man. Instead, our people should turn back to Yahweh by Shimon Shine and these laws, man. Stop falling after the ways of the heathen, man. Stop falling after the ways of America, man. Because America is going to be, destroyed, man. Nothing but chaos, man.
Yeah, man, that's true. That's very true, man. That's the one thing that everybody should be trying to really take in consideration. That we in the end. So what does that mean? You gotta come back to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Come back to the ways, return from wickedness, put that away from yourself, and come out of the ways of America first and foremost, and then come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments.
I got
right? Yeah, man. The law, statutes, and commandments. We still gotta do that. You still gotta be keeping the new moons. You should still be keeping the Sabbath day. You should still be keeping the high holy feast days, right? If you're not keeping them, well, you will be destroyed, That's straight up. You're going to be destroyed for not keeping the laws, man. You see? And also, too, you got to have the faith. You got to have the works, but you got to also have the faith, see? So you got to have the faith, man, in Yahweh Shai. You got to pretty much be invested into this truth. You got to know what you're a part of. You can't just be always listening, man. You got to study to show yourself approved. That's why we come out here to warn you, but you got to do your due diligence to read for yourself. Understand your heritage, man. Understand what the law says and do it, A lot of people out here, unwillingly, unknowingly, they're sinning. Sin is a transgression of the law. See? So when you shave your beard, hey, you could still be in the truth, but you over here shaving your beard. What you do not know that's in Leviticus chapter 19? That's a sin. So you gotta get on another level with this thing too, right? Stay study, all right? Eating, you can't eat a lot like a lot of things like pork. See, you can't be calling yourself Israelite, but you still want to be eating pork and following your temple. That's not how that works. You gotta separate from that mindset that we've been here in, man. And you gotta come back to the mindset of an Israelite. We're coming back to our heritage now, man. All right? That literally means you gotta live like your forefathers lived. All right? And the Lord's gonna deliver you based off of your faith. All right? And your works, that's what's gonna help you too. You got a piece of book?
All right, this is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. And it says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. So stop envying the damn heathen, man. Because all the heathens, man, they really went straight from Yahweh Shimon Shah.
Come.
And Yahweh Shimon Shah is the ones that's going to take you out of this hellhole, man. Take you out of these riots, man. Take you out of these Black Lives Matter, man. That's the only reason why our people be getting shot in the streets, man. Because they're not following the laws, the statutes, and commandments of the Yahweh by Shimi outside, man. They think this is this something being this truth, man. And you think it's all fun and games, man. But you're gonna really find out until all things come to pass, man. The Lord bring plagues and pestilence, man. Y'all gonna find out, man.
And Esdras, he said, "Woe is me."
Right.
He's like, "Who will deliver me in those days?" You know.
Right.
So Esdras, he was looking at the days we're in now, and he's really trying to figure out like what's gonna happen to me, like what the hell's gonna go on with me, man. All right, and this is a man of the Lord, right? A man who was favored to get secrets. He was even worried. So how much more like you? All right, that's why like you do gotta take this thing more serious than a lot of people in this truth think it should be taken. It's not a hobby, man. It's not something that you do only on weekends. It's not something that you only do for your pastime. This is a lifestyle, man, right? You got to really become something new. That's why Yahweh Shai said, if any man, maybe I should get this real quick before I bring this out, man. All right, a lot of people got to examine themselves, because scriptures do say to examine yourself daily, whether you be in the faith, right? You got to figure out, man, all right? You got to figure out this thing is really, if you're really doing what you need to do. This is 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, he's a new creature. All things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. So if you call yourself to be in Yahweh Shai, you call yourself to be in this truth, well, your old man has to be passed away. All things got to become new. So your lifestyle, you cannot be still a nigga in the world, but still try to call on Yahweh Shai, right? You can't be still smoking weed, but still expect to call on Yahweh Shai, man. All that stuff, expect to hang out with old people in the world, right? Expect to continually celebrate Christmas and Easter, man. I continually celebrate, continually, be a coon. Continually assimilate yourself with the American lifestyle, right? You want to do that, well, you're not a new creature. You got to become a whole new dude, a whole new woman, a whole new child, right? That's what happens when you come into the walk, is that you are like a whole new thing. You now are separating yourself from this world. You're now coming back to your power, man. See? Coming back to his true commandments. All right, so Revelation chapter 18, all right, and 4, I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. So the Lord is telling our people, he said, come out of her, my people. The her, that's talking about Babylon the Great, right? This is Babylon the Great, America. All right, the Lord saying, come out of, meaning come out of the mindset that they presented to you. Okay, the doctrines of Christianity, Catholicism, man. All right, white Jesus. Whatever they told you can do here, man. Be who you want to be. Do what thou wilt, type spirit, right? Be a whore, all right? Be a homo. Pretty much accept this whole new world type style of thinking, this new age religion. That's what they want you to do, but you gotta come out of that. Stop being such a sensitive man, emotional, effeminate, and you gotta put that away and become a man in this truth. Keep the laws, right? Actually gain your manhood back. And women, you gotta come out from trying to be a man, all right? You gotta stop trying to rule over your own men. Stop trying to act like you're all that. You gotta realize your role the Lord has given to you as a woman, all right? You gotta actually become feminine, all right? You gotta be able to be, under subjection to your head, to your husband. And if you're not married, will be subject to the scriptures. And don't be trying to correct a bunch of men. That's going off. That's trying to be a woman in the world. See? So all these things, the Lord is commanding you to come out of that state. Stop being so proud. Stop being so prideful. Stop thinking that you got everything down, right? And become humble, become meek, right? Let me get this, all right? You're not going to get the Lord's not going to deal with you if you're not meek or humble, man, all right? You're not going to get too far in this truth if you don't want to depart from America. If you want to still continually cleave to this land that's about to fall, but you're going to fall down with it, you know? All right, it's going to be the book of Psalms, chapter 25. All right, Psalms chapter 25. And I actually want to read 14. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he sheweth them his covenant. So, the secret of the Lord, man, meaning the scriptures. The secret behind these scriptures that a lot of people don't really realize. This truth is hidden, man. All right, This understanding is not just out there for the world to understand. Although we put it out there on a grand scale, but it's not really out here for people to really comprehend. But the Lord's going to show certain people His secret, because a lot of people's eyes and ears is dull of hearing. They're in the spirit of slumber, so they can't get it, to be honest with you. Even if they wanted to, the Lord's blocked off certain people. Why? Because their pride just continually gets in the way, or they're just not chosen. They're not called at all, and so they're not going to be even chosen. So guess what? The Lord's going to show His secret to them that fear Him, though. So the secret of the scriptures, man, who we are, what is America is in the scriptures, right? You're gonna figure out that the Bible, there's a lot of things about the scriptures you didn't know. You didn't know that you didn't have free will, right? You didn't know that the Lord does evil and He does good, right? You didn't know the Lord was omnipotent, right? You didn't know that really a lot of things. You didn't know about the kingdom. You didn't know that Esau is the so-called white man. You didn't know none of that. But the Lord is giving this to certain men out here who fear Him. I mean, you keep the commandments. That's what it means to fear the Lord. Is you keep His laws, statutes, and His commandments, right? And you keep His faith, right? Did you have a precept, bro?
All right, this is Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against himself is brought to desolation, and every city itself is brought to desolation, and in every city house divided against itself shall not stand. If Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. And how shall then his kingdom stand? So you have Joe Biden going against Trump, man. You have Democrats and you have Republicans, man. Right? You have media, reporters, man. Oh, they say bad things about Trump. They say bad things about Biden, man. It's a never-ending cycle, man. Confusion, man. Land of confusion, man. That's why this place is called Babylon the Great, man. Daughter of Babylon, man.
Right, man.
How can this place stand if it's nothing promoted but homosexuality and wickedness, man?
It's true, man. All right, this is ultimately the abomination of the earth. Right. So the Lord's going to destroy fervent heat, man, fervent fire, right? You saw He's divided right now. His kingdom is divided, and the Lord said, "If the kingdom is divided, it shall not stand." Right? Isaiah 14, and I actually want to start at 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations, man? All right? And Lucifer, we know that's talking about the elites. All right? Lucifer is not that angel. Lucifer, that just means illuminated. The illuminated one. Who considers himself to be the illuminated one? The Illuminati. And y'all sisters got 5 minutes for the word? Hey, yo, sisters, y'all got 5 minutes? Come on, y'all not even gonna acknowledge your sisters? Y'all don't see us as your brothers? Come on now. You know that America, this place right now, is finna go down the drain. All right, what are y'all gonna do when all hell breaks loose, man? All right, y'all not even trying to acknowledge the word. See, the Lord's gonna destroy 2/3, man. All right, most High willing, He has mercy on those sisters, man. All right, but a lot of people gonna walk to and fro. They're gonna hear this word, but they're not gonna even try to listen to it, man. All right. The Lord is going to destroy a lot of these people in the upcoming days because, hey, what does that say in the book of Proverbs 1:20? Let me get that. All right? And this is not a joke, man. We actually letting you know that, man. All right, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 1:20. All right, it reads to say, turn you at my reproof. This is Proverbs 1:23. Turn you at my reproof, and I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. So he's saying turn at his reproof, man. All right, he's making known his words unto you. I mean, he's sending out his men to actually reach. Stretch their hand out. Actually try to tell you what's going down. All right, because I have called and you refuse. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But you have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear cometh. See? So at the end of the day, man, if you get your hand stretched out, if you get the Lord trying to stretch his hand out to talk to you, and you don't regard it, man, well, the Lord is going to laugh at you when you're going through all hell, man. When you're going through all these torturous things, you get raped, all right? You're in a FEMA camp, all right? You're starving to death, All right, you're in a bad predicament in these days. Well, the Lord's gonna laugh at you, man. You're gonna try to call on Jesus Christ. You're gonna try to call on all these Jehovah, not knowing their names, man. So the Most High, He's gonna deal with a lot of you wicked, man. A lot of you prideful people who don't have time to hear the word of the Lord, man. All right, your precept, bro?
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye be proved what is good, that and acceptable and perfect with Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. So I mean, our people, they hear this word, but they not receiving it, man. So if us now coming to this truth, man, we just gotta hear the word, you know. We can't do the things that we used to do, man. We gotta be changed by you know, keeping the laws, keeping the statutes and commandments.
Right, man.
I'm gonna read it again. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. It says, and be not conformed to this world. I mean, get out the society, man. This society is nothing but wickedness, man. It's nothing but chaos, man. You got homosexuality, you got lesbianism. Huh? Come on. You got all these things, man. Which the renewing of your mind, and that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. Okay? You know, stop doing the things that you would in this world, man, because this world is going by fire, man. This world is going to be put out by fire, not with water again, man.
That's right. That's right, man. You know? So we're going to read on, man. All right? So, verse Isaiah 14:12, hast thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, hast thou cut down, which didst weaken the nations. So Esau, his Illuminati, all right, the Rockefeller, the Rothschilds, all right, the elites, these would be considered the Luciferians, all right, Lucifer, the illuminated ones. They're gonna fall from their rulership like lightning, all right, from heaven to earth. All right, Esau is gonna be taken down to hell, man, down to the pit. What we mean by that, he's gonna be taken to a lower state. He's not gonna be the earth, the rulers of the whole entire earth no more, man. They're not gonna have all these laws out that's pushed out by them. They're gonna come down and they're gonna become slaves. All right, and Esau is falling right now, man. His kingdom is falling right now. And he doesn't even know it, man. I mean, he knows it, but the elites think they have a new world set up, not knowing that that's gonna go down too. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also sit upon the congregation of the sides of the north. I will ascend and above the heights of the cloud, will be like the Most High. That's how prideful Esau, his elites are. They want to ascend to the clouds. They want to actually believe as if though they are the Most High, man. Right? They want to actually blatantly try to create. They got this whole cloning thing, I believe, man, that they can clone people, right? They actually have to the point to where they can clone you, all right? They actually have a thing where they transgender. They wanna make you, if you're a man, they'll make you be a woman. If you're a woman, they'll make you to be a man. So Esau, he wants to act like he is the Most High. He can dictate everything, all right? He wants to act like he has all control over your life, all right? You are a slave to him, all right? Meaning, hey, this whole Ponzi scheme right now, this whole coup, this whole hoax of the COVID-19, the elites set that up. You're pretty much like on their chessboard, and they're pretty much moving the pieces. That's how they feel. You got all these damn devils on a round table in some high ass building, somewhere in a location that we don't know, and they're out there making the moves, right? Because they believe they're God. They're probably on some high ass mountain somewhere because they think that they're the Most High. You see, and that's how these elites work, man. All right, they're hidden. All right. They don't want to be seen. Just like the Most High God of Israel, he's in the heavens. You can't really see the Most High. They want to act like they're that invisible power that has a very big presence on the earth. See? Not knowing that they're really being controlled by the Lord. So Esau believes himself to be, the Most High God. But he says, yet thou shalt be brought to the side, down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Right? So Esau's going to be brought down, man. Down from his high mountain. From his high estate, his high horse, man, his prideful mind, and he's gonna be brought down to slavery. When these Rockefellers, these Rothschilds, Trump, Biden, your elites, you're rich, the super rich, they're gonna be the first fruits of slavery. They're gonna be the first ones to actually become slaves under the Israelite kingdom. See, they're gonna be brought down to hell, man. All right, they're gonna really realize that the Lord set them up for failure. You see, verse 16, they shall see thee and narrowly look upon thee and consider saying, is this man the man that made earth to tremble and did shake the nations, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened out the houses of the prisoners, right? So these other nations, they're going to really see Esau when he comes down to on the lower level, because all nations are going to slavery. And they're going to realize that, well, hold up, Esau, this was the man that made the earth to shake, all right? This so-called white man who believed himself to be all that, he's the one who was behind the whole earth being desolate, man, the whole earth being destroyed. Chemtrails in the air, man. The food is destroyed, all right? People are in a high depression. You got children get depressed at a young rate. You see. What other thing? They push out vaccines. Your water is all polluted. Everyone's mind is all damn damaged. Not only in America, but in all other nations, Esau has concocted these so-called inoculations. What's those things called? I think they're inoculations, like vaccines. Yeah, pretty much, man. And I've seen a video where a lot of children of all nations, they got autism, right? They got autism. They're born fine. They're born okay. No disaffected. No type of nothing wrong with them. But they'll grow up and they'll get these vaccines. Next thing you know, they're autistic, man. You see, Esau is the damn destroyer of the whole entire earth. He'll destroy the wildlife, set up his jungle cities. Then he's gonna go into your nation and he's gonna wage war on your nation, oppress you in your own land. You see, push unlawful sanctions. All right, blame everybody for stuff that he did. All right, steal gold, steal oil, steal oil. You know, and he's gonna push on earth that he is a God-fearing nation, right? He's gonna make it seem like this land was a God set up based country, right? Not knowing that everything about this land is lies, robbery, deceit, right? And Esau has his thumb on every damn nation under heaven. See, I mean under heaven, really, man. So the other nations, they're gonna figure out like, hold up, these Edomites, they did all that. These base level people did all that. You know, let's read it again. They shall see thee and narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake the kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the houses of his prisoners, and the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art an abominable, cast out thy grave like an abominable branch, and as a remnant of those that are slain. Thrust through with the sword that go down to the stones to the pit, and the carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land, slain thy people, and the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will raise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts. I will cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, the son, the nephew, saith the Lord. Right? So this is talking about Babylon. The Lord said, prepare slaughter for his children for the sins of their forefathers. So Esau, you Edomites, man, no matter I don't care who you are. If you are an Edomite, you will be put to the slaughter, man. You will be prepared to slaughter when the Lord comes back. Because the Lord is going to judge them as a nation. All right? So a lot of you no Edomite out here is actually innocent, because all this land was built up off of rape, robbery, murder. Though the forefathers did it, though the ancient ancestors did it, though the founding fathers set it up that way, and you might not have had a physical slave. Well, guess what? You still prosper on what they did, right? This land of America was built up on slavery. So banks, right? Your corporations, all right? Your stores, all these things. Your clothing places. All these places are so big right now because it had a head start with slavery, right? And that's where you get white privilege. Right? They're the ones who own all the buildings. They own the big corporations, right? They're the ones who are the bosses and stuff like that. So, they're set up real nice, right? Your people, your elites, your Edomites are set up real good in these days, man. And if you're an Edomite who's not set up good, well, that's your fault, man, because this is your kingdom, all right? You should took better advantage of it, all right? Because right here, hey, you can be who you want to be, man. The Constitution's for you. The U.S., the laws, everything about this land, it was catering towards you. The Star Spangled Banner, man, how it says all men are equal and we're one nation under God. Well, that was pertaining to you as an Edomite. It wasn't pertaining to us, man. We are considered 3/5 of a human in the Constitution. So America was never for us. It shows it's not for us even now, man. You see, it's for Esau. It was built up by his elites. Therefore, the Lord is going to slay the children because of the children profit and they prosper off of the slavery of the fathers. So, hey, everybody out here got their judgment coming their way. You see? And there's a thing called reincarnation anyways. So, you are your forefathers. A lot of you people here today, you Edomites today, well, you are your forefathers from about 3-4 generations back. So guess what? 3-4 generations back was back in slavery, most likely. So you probably was a slave owner, man. Not knowing that, but we're gonna figure that out, man, when the Lord comes back. You know. Yeah, anybody had a precept? I'll probably finish off here in a second.
All right, this is Micah chapter 2, verse 2. And thy fields and take them by the violence, and the houses and take them anyway. They oppress a man in his house. Look, the devil, the demon saying trying to take away the word, man. They got that cards and everything, they zooming in, they're being disrespectful, doing the word of the Lord, man. That's why half of our people are gonna be destroyed, man. Not just our people, man. The heathen, man. That mock the word, man. You don't ever disrespect the word of the Lord, man. I'm gonna read on. I'm gonna read again. This is Micah 2:2. Thou covet fields and take them by violence, and the houses take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. So the Edomite, they took a man out of his house and they take our men, Israelite man out of the house, and who attempts Eve to do that? Esau, man, Satan, man. And then there's only a single parent household, man. That's how you have that, man. Because all they've been doing is feeding us lies about Christ, about Yahweh Shah, man. They've been feeding us lies about Yahweh, man, and the holy angels, man, making them look like feminists, man. Not feminists, man.
Con. As a matter of fact, man, I'm gonna get this in the book of Revelation 12. Because the angels are gonna come deal with Esau, man, because of his lies, right? This is Revelation chapter 12 and 9. The great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole earth, the whole world. And he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So Esau's gonna get judged. And he's going to get judged by Michael and the angels. Michael is a so-called dark-skinned angel, man. All right? The angels, the skin, they tell you in the book of Ezekiel, the skin's like burnt as brass. So they're going to come back black, dark-skinned, right? Mad, man. All right? They're not going to be looking like the brother said, man, effeminate. Nah, not at all. You're going to be having some very, very, very scary-looking angels come through. All right? They're going to terrorize who? The devil, Satan. And we know that's talking about who? Esau. The devil means the deceiver. It says, which deceived the whole world, right? So Esau, the so-called white man, is the devil in the Bible, and he deceives all the earth, right? Right now, he's doing the biggest deception he could ever really be doing. Trying to start his new world order. This is his deception right now. And he's been doing it. for I don't know how long. It's Hollywood. It's music. All right? Everything he pushes on earth is only been to destroy and deceive the children of Israel and to deceive the inhabitants of the earth. Because all the earth wanders after this beast, America. Because it's such a free land, right? It's such a land where you can be who you want to be. But that's not what the Lord said to do, man. But they want to push out that the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is a God of love. They want to push out that the Most High accepts you for who you are. When that's not true. The Lord, the Most High God is not some passive spirit to where you can do whatever you want to do. They'll say, come as you are. So you'll believe that, you'll cleave on to Christianity, but you'll also be wicked on the same time. Because you believe the Lord just tells you, come as you are. Who set that up? Esau. Right? So even all these other nations go after that, man. All right, so Esau is that the devil, that deceiver, and he will be cast out, and he will be destroyed utterly. All right? I'm probably going to end it off with that, man. I'll pass it on to the next speaker, man. All right? But with that, man, we want to say all praises to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? We say death to America. Until next time, Shalom.